Well, today we rode the odometer over to 17,000 miles on the MT09. I was going to give my thoughts about those 17,000 miles, and you can watch this in 4K. Just adjust your YouTube device. What can be better than having a great fall day? Leaves changing, temperatures in the 50s. It just couldn't be any nicer weather-wise. Almost no chance of rain. Well, we're going to find out. And having an MT09 just raring to go. And what's absolutely amazing to me, and it's something I think about every time I ride the bike, how quick the 3 years, a little over 3 years and 17,000 miles has gone under the bridge. How quick time flies, especially when you get a little older. And checking those tires every time I ride, cleaning off the bike. Seems like it would be a boring routine, but you know, it only takes a few minutes and the whole ride seems better to me anyway. The fish always prefer I feed them or else. And believe it or not, most of these fish were born in the pond, born and raised. I wish I could raise MT09s in the pond. And this has been just a spectacular year for Karen's Flowers and Gardens. Never had a better year for this. She's had so many vegetables. We still have gallons of soup in the refrigerator from the soup that she's made from all the stuff we've harvested. But it's time to get out on the open road, and you don't dare go where I'm going to ride without that radar detector. Now, of course, like any new bike, when Karen got me this for my birthday, my 75th birthday present, I wasn't sure this would be the appropriate bike. It's a little bit of a hooligan bike, a little bit of a this or that or whatever. But as those 3 years have come and gone, I have just fallen in love with it and enjoyed it more and more. Now, in the area where I like to ride, this is a real good choice of a bike. It seems to handle the conditions here. The roads can be a little slippery, especially in the winter or after it rains. And it can be shade and light, shade and light, shade and light, and all of a sudden, but it handles them well. Every once in a while, I'm just cruising around and looking up for a something interesting to take a picture of, and all of a sudden I look at the size of this train. Now, I love trains, especially steam engines, of course. I have a model railroad. In fact, it's a relatively involved model railroad up in my attic. Took me many years to make it, but after I took this picture, I said, I got to go back and take a look at this. I got to look and see if I can ever see this guy out in front of his house, the guy that owns it. What's the story with that, and get some nice close-ups of it. But nobody was home today. And one of the reasons that I like this bike so much, it suits my needs. Now, it's certainly not going to suit everybody's needs, but a person my height, my weight, the ergonomics are good. The power is excellent. The fact that it gets 50 miles to the gallon is a free bonus. There's a lot of good things about this bike to like. This time of the year when the leaves are changing and they reflect off the lake, it makes for some nice pictures. And I love in the middle of the winter when it's snow outside and we're doing our restoration work. Put one of these videos on and think about how nice the fall and summer was. And in this case, we've had an unbelievable summer and starting a great fall. It took me over 2 years to make all the custom parts, the one-of-a-kind carbon parts, the special bracketing for the windshield, the 2 windshields that I have, all of the paintwork, and the biggest one, of course, painting the wheels, and getting rid of, God forbid, get rid of all, or as much as possible, the flat black. And of course, getting that Graves tail tidy on there, boy, the license plate bracket that comes with this, I don't even know how to describe it. It was super, super heavy. It's unsprung weight, and worst thing of all, it's really not that attractive. And once our restoration season starts, there's some other carbon fiber parts I want to make for this bike. Dave Midgley has already ordered the carbon fiber, but that's coming probably a couple of months from now. Now, I often think of what to me is special about this bike is that it does a lot of things well, a lot of things that I enjoy. It handles exceptionally well for me on these roads. It has a beautiful power band, and of course the modes give you the choice of rain mode, or if you want hooligan mode, or whatever. And the ABS, the safety features. This is the only bike I have with ABS. The fact that it's got a nice sound, but it's not objectionable and loud when you're riding through the populated areas. Just a lot of things about the bike to like. Now, looking back over 17,000 miles, the only real issues I've had with the bike, I had 2 flat tires. 2. Picked up nails somewhere along the ride. When I got back into the shop and checked the bike over and did my usual look around and check everything, I noticed I had a nail on a tire. Twice in, I think, 6,000 miles. And other than that, well, just talk about if you ever had to make a thing up, 17,000, absolutely great miles, not a problem. And if you like to ride your bike like a little bit of a hooligan from time to time, or in my case, all the time, if you like to just whack that throttle open and go through the quick shifter, I don't think there's a more fun bike on the planet than an MT09, really. Now in this riding area, it's wonderful. Back roads, there's every kind of road you could possibly want. And I love the fact that in the summer, most of them are shaded, but it is entertaining. You come around a corner like this, and this is the thing you always have to watch out for. It's landscaper trucks, or in this case, whatever this is, a beer delivery. They just take one lane of the road up. And of course, problem too is there are deer in this area, and several of my friends have hit them already. So far I've escaped, but I know that a lot of that is just plain old-fashioned luck, and the fact that I am super careful. And and maybe I'm just lucky too, but you know, either way, I'll take it, and so will a deer. That's 17,000 miles ago, when Karen bought me this bike for my birthday, I never ever knew how much I'd really like, enjoy, and how it would just fit into my life. It just couldn't be better. And the Valentine radar detector allows me to enjoy it even more. So hopefully you're out riding today. I had a great ride, and I love this bike. I know people get sick of hearing me say it. I apologize. And most of all, guys, thanks for watching.